Hey guys, I'm gonna do this as a vlog. Um, Here we go. So I am Padre Pio. I was born Francesco Forgione in Italy, and a common question that I get is, how did I live out my faith? I grew up poor in my family, and so I decided to look to my faith, and I decided to live out my faith in God, becoming a priest, and offering my love to the people around me to share my love for the faith and, hopefully evangelize to the Christians. And at 15, almost all my time here was spent either studying, praying, or deepening my connection with God and the faith. And from there, so it was basically high school, but from there I was ordained at 23 years old. As for most of my life, I always knew I wanted to be a priest. Praying was always my favorite thing to do. Since the age of 5, that's always what I did. I loved going to Mass. As my family, we went to Mass every single day. And, I felt the deepest connection through prayer, not really anything else as deep as that. But I really like the simple prayers, like the rosary, instead of, all these, if something's too long, I like the simple stuff. So it was just easier to connect with God through prayer, and that eventually allowed me to become a priest myself. So I also wanted to talk about my calling to the priesthood. So, since that age, I promised myself I was going to be a priest or involved with the priesthood at some point. And since then, I never looked back. The main reason I really knew that my calling was to the priesthood was because of my interactions with my guardian angel, Jesus, God the Father, and the Virgin Mary, of course. And I would get these visions literally right in front of me. I could feel them. I could see them. I would get this feeling that this ultimate fulfillment. I could feel getting deeper and deeper by the second. But these visions of the Father and Jesus and everything, it felt only right to strengthen my relationship with God and to get to know myself faith-wise better. I've always had problems. This is where it all started, my childhood. But since the age of 9, I was really diagnosed with some bad health issues, and it was almost as if since I was 9 years old, 10 years old, my health declined every single year at 9 years old. But that was a major struggle for me. But the greatest struggle I've had is, like I said before, with my visions of God and Jesus and everyone. I would get visions of the devil. The devil, trying to come into these visions, trying to act like they were God, act like they were Jesus. But I could really tell the difference, But the devil would come in I would have these visions, and he would be, shaped as this ugly cat or, a disturbing animal, some sort of, disgusting creature to catch me off guard, to strip me of my faith. But I never let this get to me. One of the scariest moments, though, well, that I should say that I felt most in danger was when the devil would take the shape and form of my superiors. So my spiritual leader and, my guide to how I can strengthen my faith. By the end of this vision, I could tell what the difference was between the devil and God. I had this different feeling. When I would feel the devil, I would feel sad and regret at the end, whereas when I met with God and I had these visions of God, I felt fulfilled and my faith was stronger. So my biggest struggles came through the devil and all of his. I want to go over some responsibilities I had. These responsibilities were good. I really enjoyed them. I would say Mass. I would say that was my main responsibility, but being involved in Mass is obviously different from everyday life. I mean, I go to Mass every single day, but it helps, deepen the faith, deepen the belief to receive the body and blood of Christ. It's special. And for me to be able to give out the body and blood of Christ, another responsibility I had was confession. So I was given these abilities by God. I give it all to God. I take no responsibility for any of this, but I was able to read hearts, and during these confessions, I would know, who was telling the truth and who was not. And I would let them know that to make sure they are telling the truth and they are really absolving their sins. But that was another big responsibility that I really enjoyed, to help people get over the stuff that they've done and, what they want to repent for. And finally, as one of my responsibilities, I offered my soul to God for all these sinners and all the people in purgatory. And I just wanted to offer my soul so that they could be closer to God. Mainly influenced, I should say, by God. I started this journey so young, and I didn't really have anyone else that was spiritual, obviously besides my family, but the fact that God played such a big role in my life, I can't say that anyone else really influenced me other than the belief that I had for him, and to connect with him and on a spiritual level, everything. So I would say I was mostly influenced on him, and I wouldn't say I really influenced anyone particularly, but the people that I gave Mass to and confession, I think I really was able to change their minds and truly think about who they are and, what their connection is to God and how they can strengthen that. So I would say those are the main influences throughout my vocation, and I feel as though I was called to become my priest, and I was willing to put my life down for that and my life to God.